Hello, I'm Rick Morris. We're talking about recovery. We're at step two, episode two. This one is called Red Flags. Last week we talked about roadblocks, and sometimes it takes more than one or two attempts to get roadblocks out of the way. Um, when you One thing you need to do is keep working on it and talking to God about it until you don't have that roadblock anymore. And the best way to tell if it's gone, if it's out of the way, is if it's, for example, if it's someone, when you hear their name or hear their voice, anger comes up in your insides. Well, when the roadblock is out of the way, you hear their name, you hear their voice, nothing. You don't have that anger anymore. It's gone. Or you may, certain things set you off. Um, when you are free from that particular roadblock, those things won't set you off anymore. That's how you know when you're past the roadblock or it's out of your life. But today we're going to talk about a different issue, another tool in your toolbox. This is called red flags. The step number two is we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. The scripture that goes along with that is, "For it is God who works in you to will and to act according to his good purposes." Philippians 2:13. Those are powerful statements. When we're clean and sober, God's desire is to let us live that way. He really wants us to live clean and sober and productive. He always makes a way of escape when we're tempted. Now, there is a threshold of your mind where thoughts, sights, all your senses cross a threshold of your mind, and in those senses are temptations. For example, you can smell weed and you get a temptation. You can see people having fun in a bar, drinking, carousing. You can have a temptation. You can smell alcohol, have a temptation. God gives you an escape route, and actually, He gives you three chances. The first chance is within 2 seconds. And within 2 seconds, if you already have a plan of escape, if you've already thought this through, you can say, "No, I'm not going in there." Or, "No, I don't care for a drink tonight." Or, "No, don't pass me that weed. I'm not smoking." You can already have your answer. And that first 2 seconds is your best shot at staying free and avoiding temptation. Now you get another chance at about 5 seconds. If they argue with you and they keep pushing it on you, and you say, "Look, I'm sober. I got 30 days. I don't want that." And you say, I don't want to offend you. I'm just walking away." That's your second chance. Your third chance is as you take that weed and put it to your lips, or you take that drink and you turn it up to your face. God gives you a third chance. It's a tough one. That's probably after 7 or 8, 10 seconds. If you've hung in there and not taken his first two chances, then you have one third chance. And once you take that drink or you smoke that weed, you have crossed the threshold of your mind. It's over. You lost. Satan's won. So there are some examples of red flags. These are indicators that you're getting close to the cliff, to fall off, close to the precipice of falling into the cavern, to slipping, to relapsing. And everybody has red flags, and most people's are different. I'm going to name some red flags. If that fits you, then you need to think about it. And when this red flag comes up, we'll talk about what you do about it. One of them is isolation. If you have an urge to be alone and you want to avoid people, that's a red flag. Anger. If there's a sudden outburst, you say things that are mean, or you get a flushed face, your blood pressure goes up. Anger is a red flag. Hopelessness. When you feel hopeless, like there's no way out, there's always a way out. God gives you an escape route. There's always a better day. Tomorrow, everything will look totally different tomorrow. So when you feel hopeless, that's a red flag. Fear and anxiety, panic attack or nervousness. When you get your nerves are on edge and everything irritates you, like noises and people being around, and anything irritates you because you're anxious, you're nervous, you have fear. It's fear-based. Fear is the root of anxiety and nervousness. That is a red flag, and it needs to be dealt with. It's an indicator that you're getting close to the edge of the cliff. Stress. If you have long hours of work, you're on the night shift, they ask you to do a double shift, you're really tired, stress can be a red flag. You need to pull over to the side of the road and take a nap. I've done it before. I've been on a long trip, been stressed out, and I just pull into a roadside park, leave my engine running with the air conditioner on, roll the window down a little ways, and take a nap. I had a highway patrolman one time. He knocked on my window and woke me up. He said, I couldn't see you breathing. I was afraid you might be dead. And I said, no, I was just sleepy. I didn't want to drive sleepy, and I just pulled over to take a nap. He said, well, that's what we want you to do. No problem. He walked on. So stress can be a red flag. Speculation about what's going on without facts. That fits into almost all of these categories when you speculate. For example, if you speculate that your wife came home late or has been coming home late on a certain night of the week, and you start speculating that there's another man involved, you have no facts. And it can lead you to a red flag. It can be a red flag. Fear, speculating that the world is coming down around you, that is speculation. Unless you know the facts, don't let issues get bigger than they really are because of your speculation. So when you see one of your friends speculating, saying things that they have no factual proof, alert them to the fact that this is a red flag for you. You're speculating on something you don't know for sure. Resentment, dwelling on hurts from the past. What happens a lot of times is we run. When we go to bed and we lay there at night, we start running a tape over and over and over. And we can't go to sleep because of resentments. Or this tape can be from other things from the past, from being abused to being talked to a certain way. What I do on running those tapes is I just get up out of bed, go change my environment, get a drink, eat a little snack, read a little while on a sofa or some other place, And then when I go back to bed, my mind's not running that tape anymore and I can go to sleep. Try that if you have tapes that are running in your mind and you don't get enough sleep. Some other ones I wrote down are envy. If you have people that you graduated high school with or you know and they're not any smarter than you are, they just happen to be at the right place at the right time and they are prospering, envy can be a red flag. Music, if you hear an old song that brings back memories of good times that you had, especially when you were drinking or smoking or using, music can be a trigger to be a red flag. And if that's going on, you probably need to escape, get out of there. Smell. You can smell alcohol, weed, cigarettes, perfume can do it. An old girlfriend, an old boyfriend can have a aftershave smell, and it triggers a red flag that you're about to use. So, what is the first thing you do when a red flag pops up? First thing is you have already thought this through and you have an escape plan for any contingency. If I'm in a place, somebody offers me a drink, I have an escape plan. No thanks, I'm not drinking tonight. Or if I hear music that sets me off, makes me angry, makes me long for somebody, makes me think about old times, makes me want to take a drink, have an escape plan. The other thing is you have friends, and I'm talking about true friends, not someone that pushes drinks on you, but somebody that respects you for what you're trying to do. Have them watch your body language, your facial expression, and be willing to step outside and talk to them a few minutes about what's going on. What else can we do? Well, our escape always involves good choices. Some of the choices are difficult to make because we've been in a destructive pattern so long. We have reacted the same way over and over and over. And so we need to change up things. That old way of thinking is got you where you are right now. Another thing is realize that we need to sweep our side of the street and don't try to sweep somebody else's side of the street. Let their life go on. Don't try to fix them. Just sweep your side of the street. Make sure your life is going the right direction. It's not selfish to sweep your side of the street. Go after the root cause of anything associated with a red flag. Symptoms don't help you much. It's like putting an aspirin on a sickness. I mean, it gets rid of the symptom for a few minutes, but that's what your drugs and alcohol did. It medicated the pain. Seek help with anger, hopelessness, fear, other recurring indicators, because those are root causes, root problems. And your counselor, your mentor, the one people you respect, they'll help you get to the root of the problems. It takes humility to be accountable. That's why we talked about humility. And we had you realize how important humility is in recovery. Humility is going to someone and saying, look, I'm weak. I got this problem. I got 45 days. I want to stay sober. I'm sick of living that other life and I need some accountability. Can you help me? That takes humility. 2 or 3 people on guard is more powerful than one. So I hope you are thinking about red flags. I hope that you get you an escape plan. It's one of the major ways to have victory over alcohol and drug abuse. So get you a plan. Identify the red flags for you personally. Everyone's a little different. And we'll talk to you at the next session.